The food security of the OECS region is at the top of the agenda at the inaugural meeting of agriculture ministers being held in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The Council of Ministers is examining ways of revitalizing the agriculture sector as a means of boosting the economies, as well as ensuring the nutrition of nationals. Director General of the OECS, Dr. Didacus Jules, addressing the meeting, said the number one target simply has to be the OECS region's large and growing food import bill, which in 2011 stood at $473 million, having doubled in 10 years, and accounting for almost 20% of total imports of goods into the OECS.
Consider the positive impacts on value added on national income (GDP), on foreign exchange earnings from stemming the flow of leakages from the tourism sector, and from import foods for domestic consumption, principally from North America, on nutritional status, on reduced health care expenditures related to non-communicable diseases, on creation of jobs in our depressed rural communities, on the creation of new vibrant agro-enterprises targeting both the tourism and health food markets. If collectively the OECS can reduce that food import bill by half. Once we can achieve this in the short term, the next 3 years, then we would have set the stage for making a fundamental impact on reducing poverty and positioning our farmers and agri-entrepreneurs to start penetrating export markets.
The disturbing reality is that some countries in 2011 imported as high as 95% of their food, and with the lowest importation in the OECS standing at an unacceptable 55%. Dr. Jules says the challenge of restoring food security in the OECS has become more exciting with the inclusion of Martinique, which recently joined the OECS as the newest associate member, expanding the market size by a population of over 400,000, soon to be followed by Guadeloupe, then further afield within the wider CARICOM region and beyond.
With the inclusion of our French sisters, the market potential becomes significantly greater and more lucrative, but the bar is also raised exponentially, as entry in this market will require production to exacting European standards. The vision that must drive this transformation must be an agri-centric growth and development model that reorders the production-consumption dynamic in the regional economy, a model that repositions the rural economy to the center of a more inclusive, integrated, and self-sustaining socio-economic system that leverages the natural and human resource base to generate prosperity for all. So rather than seeing our economies as being dependent on and constrained by natural resource endowments, we change the paradigm to one in which production and consumption patterns are driven and sustained by the natural and cultural wealth of our rural communities. That is the only way OECS agriculture can take the quantum leap that will move the growth needle from a 6% contribution to GDP on average now to a 16% contribution to GDP in 10 years.
The Director General of the OECS there, Dr. Didacus Jules.